Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's presentation, I'm proud to give you all a walk around and tour of the 2025 Mazda CX-90 Turbo Premium Plus. The Premium Plus offers a lot of features such as a 12.3-inch infotainment system, a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster, a set of 21-inch wheels, as well as heated first and second row Nappa Leather seats. This one also does have a burglar alarm as well as smart brake support. This one here is finished off in Artisan Red, which is a very unique color, and the interior is finished off in black Artisan Leather. A huge thank you to Dorado Mazda here in McKinney, Texas for giving me some time with this one today. And so, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's check it out. As you can see, this vehicle does have a very unique key fob, and you have four main functions on the left side. You're going to have things such as your lock, your unlock, your trunk release, and your panic button. But starting things off here in the front, as you can see, this vehicle does have a very nice waterfall light grille with a front-facing camera for your safety feature, as well as your Mazda logo. And of course, right behind that Mazda logo is going to be your Mazda radar cruise control setup. As you can see, this one here also does have your standard LED daytime running lights with LED headlamps. As we make our way over to the side profile, as you can see, like I mentioned, this one does come with a set of 21-inch wheels on Toyo open country tires. These are rated at 275 45R21s all the way around. As you can see, this vehicle, like all Mazda vehicles, does come standard with a smart key access system. As long as I have the key fob in the pocket, I'm able to get inside and outside of the vehicle quite easily. To activate that, just make sure you have your hand right here. The vehicle will unlock and the mirrors will retract out. And after waiting a few seconds, you can jump on in. Or if you want to lock the vehicle, just tap the button right here. The vehicle will lock and the mirrors will fold right back in. Starting things off here on the door panel, you do have this very nice soft touch material up here, which is very nice. And of course down here as well. You have some brown stitching, which really makes the car look really good on the inside. You also have an aluminum door handle, as well as aluminum trim right here. You also do have controls, such as your power mirrors, as well as the controls for them. You also do have the ability to fold them in via this button right here. You do have your power windows, as well as your child lock right there. You also have some additional storage space right here, and an area for a cup holder. To start the vehicle, all you have to do is just have the key fob on you or in the vehicle, put your foot on the brake, and hit the button to start. Very nice. As you can see, this vehicle does come with a fully leather-wrapped rack and pinion power steering wheel. You have paddle shifters on both sides of the steering wheel. You also have controls on the left as well as on the right sides as well. Left is going to house controls for your audio as well as your source, and as well as your Bluetooth and your info button right there. To your right, you're going to have controls for your cruise setup as well as your forward collision warning system, as well as an extra safety feature right there. But we turn our attention to this 12.3-inch display right here in the center. To your left, you're going to have your tachometer, and to the right, you're going to have two other gauges, such as your coolant temperature and fuel gauge. And right in the middle, you're going to see your current speed, as well as a warning message, obviously letting you know that we're low on fuel. At the very bottom of that, you're going to have your exterior temperature, followed by your odometer reading, and to the right is going to be your range to empty. Pushing the info button here on the steering wheel, we're going to be able to see a few things, such as this warning message here. You're going to see the speedometer with the needle. And then you're going to come over here and see some extra items, such as your average fuel economy, your eye active sense status, a compass, any warnings, as well as an off switch. As you come over here, as you can see, we do have a 12.3-inch infotainment screen, which looks very nice, and as you can see, it is well detailed. Starting off here, we're going to be taking a look at this screen through this nice little commander knob right here, which is what Mazda likes to call it, and we're going to cycle through this menu screen. So starting off here with information, you're going to have a fuel efficiency monitor, which monitors fuel efficiency in real time and view efficiency history. SiriusXM Travel Link accesses traffic information, weather, parking information, and sports scores, as well as a vehicle status monitor, which views important vehicle maintenance messages, information, and intervals. Coming to entertainment, you're going to have what's currently on right now, which is going to be your SiriusXM satellite radio, which of course when you purchase any new vehicle, this of course included, you will get a few months of a trial, and then if you want to continue on, you'll have to go through SiriusXM to continue that process. But of course, as you can see, SiriusXM is currently what's on right now. You also have AM radio and FM radio in the entertainment section. Coming down to communication, of course, it's going to allow you to connect a Bluetooth device to the vehicle, as you can see. Navigation. As you can tell, this is a very nice and very unique looking navigation screen. Just like we covered in the CX-90, it's well detailed and it looks very, very nice. As you can see, this vehicle allows you to, not the vehicle, but if let's say you took off this little plastic film here, you would be able to use this as a touchscreen to zoom in, zoom out. As you can see, if we were to do that, it'd be pretty cool to kind of show you guys, but of course the film is on and I don't want to really take it off since it is not my vehicle. But as you can see, you do have your little source thing to the bottom right, as well as your current time on the top right. So go back, come down to settings. Settings, of course, is going to give you a comprehensive look of not just the system, but any menus or adjustments that you want to make. You can certainly do them right here. So with that being said, let's start off with in-vehicle displays, which configures settings and content for all in-vehicle displays. So you're going to have, of course, the active driving display, which adjusts the content and visibility of the display, which is pretty cool. You also have a center display, which adjusts the display brightness, contrast, and more, as well as the instrument cluster display, which selects the content shown on the instrument cluster. You have sound settings, which of course configures the in-vehicle listening experience, which of course you can adjust the audio settings, vehicle notification and warning volume, as well as the system button volume, which sets the confirmation volume level for commander and steering wheel controls. As you can see, we do have safety settings next, which configure safety and driver assistance features. So it's going to allow you to go through each and every one of these, such as a driver assistance system, safety alerts, collision avoidance, driver attention alert, view monitor, parking sensor, as well as the pedal misuse alert. Vehicle settings allows you, as we go back, vehicle settings allows you to configure vehicle convenience features, which includes the paddle shift logic, the doors, exterior and interior lighting, rain sensing wipers, the automatic folding side mirrors. You can keep those, on or off. You can do that. Same thing with the rain sensing wipers. You can turn it on or off if you want. Turn signals, a rear window defogger, occupant comfort, rear seat alert, as well as a fuel door lock delay. Connectivity settings configures Bluetooth and other device connectivity settings, which includes the Bluetooth and phone connectivity settings, Wi-Fi settings, and wireless charging settings, as well as system settings, which configures language, time, and other general settings, which, as you can see here, allows you to change your clock, voice recognition, language, temperature, distance and speed, pressure, your Grace Note database update, which allows you to update the Grace Note database metadata database. The Grace Note database album art basically means that if you're listening to a particular song from a particular album, it's going to show you what album that song is from. So it's kind of cool to have that when you're, listening to a particular song, if you will. So that's pretty nice. So basically it utilizes the Grace Note database for displayed album art. Connected services enables or disables the vehicle's connected services. Software updates, which of course that can be installed over time. System information, and of course restore all factory settings. Now, if you want to deep dive into the settings completely, I just did a video on the CX-50 Premium Plus recently and the CX-70 a few weeks ago, and I dived right into both those cars with the settings a little bit more in detail. So if you want to see a little bit more in detail about that, you can certainly check out those videos as well. But with that said, that's a comprehensive look in a way on the settings as far as everything that you need to know about the infotainment system in the Mazda CX-90. To the right is going to be your current time, and then to the far right is going to allow you to see whether you are connected to either Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Coming right down there below, you do have your hazard light right there. You kind of have this minimalistic portion here, as in you're not going to have any buttons or anything like that, but it does feel pretty good. It does have that soft touch material. You're going to have this hard touch material on top of here as expected, but it's still pretty nice. As you can see, you do have your 2 air vents. You're going to have your dual zone climate control, as well as your your ventilated and heated seats for the front and front passenger. Front and rear defrost. This is going to turn on or off the air conditioning, fan speed, fan positioning, recycling, rear AC controls, whether you want to turn that on or off, rear controls for the rear AC in the back, as well as the AC, whether you want that to be on or off, of course. Now, you can use these little switches here to raise or lower the temperature. You can put them in auto, or you can sync them. Syncing them obviously is going to make both the driver and front passenger have the same temperature, but if you take that off, you can make your side warmer and make the other passenger side cooler, and vice versa. As you can see, we do have your My Drive system or MI Drive system. This is going to be for your different drive modes. So coming over here back to the gauge cluster, when we put it into use, you're going to have off-road, which does change up the gauges a little bit, which looks really nice. And it also displays your compass right there. You have normal, which, as you can see, looks really cool as well. And then sport. Personally, I love the look of the sport setup a lot better. It looks really, really unique and kind of has a elegant look to it. And now back to normal. As you can see, this vehicle does come with an 8-speed automatic transmission. Put the vehicle into reverse. It does give you a nice backup camera with guidance lines. And it does adjust as you turn the wheel. You also have different camera views, as you can see to your left. You also have a 360-degree view camera to the right, which, as you can see, looks really nice as well. You do have right here your hill descent control, as well as your camera button. You're going to have a set of 2 cup holders, an area where you can rest your device. You also have right here this kind of unique aluminum finish around the control deck, which looks really cool. You have your electronic parking brake, which we're going to initiate that right now. Your auto hold switch there, the command button, which is what we were just using. It's not the command, but the commander knob that we were just using a while ago for the infotainment screen. You're going to have your different shortcut buttons here, such as your navigation, a back button, a home button, and your audio button. Your favorite button is right there. And then, of course, right here is going to be your volume. And of course, you can just push this down to turn off this system itself. So it's just going to display the time. So with that being said, that's pretty cool to see. And then coming right here to your glove compartment, it is a split open setup, which is pretty nice. You do have a modest amount of space in here, as well as 2 USB-C ports. Coming up here, as you can see, you do have your standard mirror with your 3 presets for your garage home link. You also do have a sunglasses holder here, which is pretty nice. You do have your visor here with an LED light right up there. And with that being said, guys, that is pretty much about it as far as the interior is concerned, as far as the front is concerned. But without further ado, let's go ahead and check out the back and the rest of the vehicle, shall we? And before we move to that, we do have a couple of extra buttons. You do have your safety feature you can turn off, parking sensors, you can turn it on or off, traction control system you can turn on or off. This is going to be for your start-stop system. That's what iStop is. And then you have your 2-person memory seating, as well as a button to open up the tailgate. That beeping you're hearing lets you know that the key has left the detection of the vehicle. Hold on. I put the key back in here so that way it will allow me to go into the rest of the vehicle. Coming into the back of this one, as you can see, try my best to actually sit in here if I can, but well, it's not going to allow me to because we do have this little part right here, and that's going to be for your privacy cover. But as you can see, materials do carry through into the second row, and it's pretty nice and comfortable. You do have this brown piping here, which looks really cool, comes down the middle. You're going to have 2 seat pockets, one on both sides. You're going to have this little control center down here. This is going to be for your USB ports, your rear air vents. You're going to have your rear heated seats back here. This is going to turn off the system, fan speed, fan positioning, auto air conditioning, as well as to lower or raise the temperature. And of course, this is a captain's chair setup, which makes it easier to get into the third row. Use this button here, or use this little latch right here, and pull down, or pull forward actually. And as you can see, this is a look at the third row of the Mazda CX-90. Pretty cool. You do have your fuel tank right here, as well as a little place to put it when you're filling up gas. As you can see, the CX-90 does have LED taillights, as well as your CX-90 and all-wheel drive badging over here to the left, and your eSky Active G to the right. As you can see, this vehicle does have quite a bit of stuff in the cargo area, which, as you can see, you do have a cargo net set up here. You're going to have your all-weather floor mats, or not all-weather floor mats, your carpeted floor mats, as well as a first aid kit right here, which is pretty cool. Now, you can fold down the third row pretty easily just by using these straps. So you're going to fold down, or use these little straps here to fold down the headrests, which is pretty cool. Have the cargo net kind of strapped here. I can't actually demonstrate it, but if you were to fold this down, you would have gotten a little more cargo space. And then when you fold down the second row, the numbers are pretty good. So you're looking at about 15.3 right now with everything in place as it is. And then when you fold down the second row, you're looking at about 75.2 cubic feet of space, which for a 3-row SUV is pretty good. Not too bad. And then of course you do have an LED light right over here, as well as a 120 volt power outlet here, as well as a plug, USB, well, not USB, a power outlet right here. Of course, when you're done, tap this button right here to close the trunk right here. This button here is to close the trunk, unlock the vehicle. As you can see, this vehicle does have, it's going to be a 3.3 liter eSky Active G turbocharged inline 6. This not being the Turbo S model, it produces 280 horsepower and 332 pound-foot of torque. Not bad for a vehicle like this, and as you can hear, it's running smoothly. We'll talk more about fuel economy and everything when we get to the window sticker portion of this vehicle, or excuse me, of this video. Alright guys, coming up to the window sticker here, this is actually a 2024 Mazda CX-90. As you can see, it's a 2024 CX-90 3.3 Turbo Premium Plus in Artisan Red Premium over the Black Nappa Leather interior. This is what you get standard from the factory. And of course it has an MSRP of $48,900. And then this vehicle does come with a few options, such as the Artisan Red paint. That's going to be for $595. The wheel locks are $75, as well as the destination set, which that's going to be the crossbars, the roof rack. That's going to be $625. And then, of course, we have the Premium Plus package, which of course includes 7-passenger seating, 8-way power front passenger seats, heated second row captain's chairs, as well as a leather steering wheel, ventilated front seats, the burglar alarm, the smart brake support reverse feature, a windshield wiper de-icer, a power auto folding door mirrors, 12.3-inch fully digital LCD meter. That's going to be for the instrument panel. This is going to be the 12.3-inch color center display. That's the infotainment system. You get the 360-degree view monitor, the rear view camera with dynamic line, a 150-watt AC power outlet, as well as front cross traffic alert / braking. So that's what that camera is for in the front. Total vehicle and options comes out to $50,195, and with delivery, processing, and handling fee of $1,455. Total MSRP for this model here comes in at $51,650. As you can see, fuel economy is also pretty solid, coming in at 24 city, 28 highway, and 25 combined on premium unleaded fuel. And of course, this vehicle does get an overall vehicle score from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration of 5 out of 5 stars. Alright guys, so with that being said, what do I think of the CX-90? To me, it's kind of interesting because I would have thought that I would prefer the CX-70 more, because it's basically a two-row version of this vehicle. But now that I've gotten a chance to really look at the CX-90 and actually have seen quite a bit of them on the road, it's, yes, a little difficult to differentiate the two of them, besides the fact that they look, similar. But the one thing I will say about the CX-90 is that the CX-90 has been out a little longer, which means people have had a chance to talk about them, and some have had mixed reviews or thoughts about them, but overall, very, very good thoughts. To me, I really just think that the CX-90 is a solid choice in this segment, in the 3-row large SUV segment. It's very, very good at what it does. It does get very good power. You can go for this engine here, like I said, the 3.3 liter inline six, which makes 280. If you decide to go for the Turbo S, which is a step up above this model here, you are going to be getting 343 horsepower. So you're going to be getting a bit more power in that one. This one you'll be getting 280, which 280, I think, in a large SUV like this is more than enough to get you to and from your destination. But overall, with the technology, with the styling, with the features that this vehicle has, you can do no wrong with the CX-90. I really do think that the CX-90 is a solid choice in this segment. I think it's going to continue to do very well for years to come. And, you know, I'm very excited for the PHEV that will be coming soon to the channel. So looking forward to doing that review. But with that said, guys, that's going to do it here for this walk around and tour of the 2024 Mazda CX-90 in Artisan Red with the Black Nappa Leather interior. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.